What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Sunday, December 31st, 2023, New Year's Eve, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. This is an emergency alert. So, we have some major breaking news coming in from the Times of UK, and they're reporting that the UK, the US, and an unknown European country are making final preparations for a large-scale military operation against the Houthi terrorist group in Yemen, which will include the launch of hundreds of missiles and airstrikes against pre-planned targets in western Yemen and the Red Sea. And apparently, they're going to be issuing a joint statement and a final warning to Yemen very, very soon, guys. This is very serious. I warned you about this for weeks now. I told you that they were going to do this. I told you that as soon as they came up with the name Operation Prosperity Guardian, that was a red flag, that they were going to go in and launch attacks on Yemen, airstrikes, missile attacks. They brought in 3 extra Arleigh Burke-class destroyers just for this right before Christmas. Okay, each one of those Arleigh Burke-class destroyers can carry 90 Tomahawk missiles. So this is going to be massive, guys. This is going to be as big as shock and awe in Iraq, minus the ground invasion. Okay, hundreds of missiles and airstrikes. Again, this is being reported by the Times of the UK. Final preparations being made by the UK, the US, and an unknown country for a large-scale military operation in Yemen against the Houthis. Okay, large scale, hundreds of missiles and airstrikes. Okay, joint statement and warning is imminent. I want to just show you guys something that's pretty concerning. You can see here around Yemen, the entire airspace has been cleared out. And this is typically what they do before they launch airstrikes. You can see all around Yemen here, there are no planes near Yemen or even neighboring areas of Saudi Arabia. There's a huge buffer zone around Yemen in Saudi Arabia here. You can see all the flights are going far to the north of Yemen and around Yemen. Okay, so the airspace is clear right now for this attack. Okay, and we had 3 nuclear war command and control planes up in the air earlier this afternoon, which is extremely unusual in general, especially considering that it's New Year's Eve. To have 3 of them up in the air on New Year's Eve is extremely, extremely unusual, guys. So when this strike happens, you can count on me for 24/7 live coverage. As soon as this strike starts, I will go live 24/7 as long as necessary to monitor the situation. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell below this video so you get notified when I go live. We also have some concerning news coming out of Israel and Ukraine. So this evening, Hamas launched the largest rocket attack on Tel Aviv since the start of the war. Okay, Tel Aviv is the capital of Israel. And we also have reports of multiple Russian MiG-31K fighter bombers departing an airport in Russia. And Ukraine is reporting a very high missile threat because they did see these MiG-31Ks flying out of the Mozdok airport. Okay, and the MiG-31Ks are the fighter bombers that Russia uses to deploy their Kinzhal hypersonic missiles. So it looks like Russia is going to launch a massive New Year's Eve, New Year's Day attack on Ukraine. And they're also saying that there's 3 surface ships in the Black Sea loaded with missiles, 2 frigates and a corvette, for a total of 24 caliber missiles between those 3 ships. Okay, those are Russian warships with cruise missiles on board just departed from their ports in Russia and Crimea, and they're out in the Black Sea getting ready to launch at Ukraine. Okay, so we could see a massive missile attack on Ukraine yet again. We also have some concerning statements coming from the spokesman for the Yemen military, or the Houthis. He's threatening the U.S. He said that the U.S. committed an act of war against Yemen by sinking the 3 ships earlier today or last night and killing 10 terrorists. Those were the 3 ships that tried to board the Maersk container ship, and I reported on that in my update earlier today. If you didn't see that, I recommend you watch it so you can get up to speed on that. And the spokesman for the Yemen Armed Forces said the U.S. will pay the price for killing 10 Ansarullah fighters, and a member of the Yemenis Defense Council said it was an act of war and that the U.S. should wait for a response. And we're also hearing that various groups in Yemen have called for mobilization to counter what they call American aggression, and Yemen has put their missile forces on high alert in case of a Western attack, and they plan to use them to destroy American bases in the Middle East and oil fields, okay? So this is huge news, guys. When the U.S. strikes Yemen, things can really spiral out of control. Iran may get involved, and these Houthis may try to attack our oil fields. They did that a couple of years ago. After we took out Soleimani, they launched missiles at Saudi Arabia and destroyed some of our oil fields there. So get prepared, guys. Things are really getting crazy here on New Year's Eve. And the Pennsylvania National Guard is going to be deploying over 1,000 soldiers to the Horn of Africa for 9 months. Okay, and I found this actually on my local news. I got an alert on my phone today that my local Pennsylvania National Guard battalion is going to be deploying, and apparently they left this morning already. 1,100 soldiers, guys, going to the Horn of Africa, and these are part of the Stryker Battalion. Okay, Pennsylvania is very well known for their Stryker battalions because Pennsylvania doesn't have fighter jets. They don't have tanks. We only have Strykers and heavy lift planes and aerial refuelers. That's mostly what we have. Blackhawks, Chinooks, C-130s, and Strykers. We have a lot of Strykers, and our National Guard is really good with the Strykers. So let me just read to you some more details about this. Sergeant First Class Ryan Bennett, readiness officer at the Huntington, Pennsylvania National Guard, said they will be joining other companies and combining as a task force. We will serve with the Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa, supporting U.S. Africa Command and partner forces with security. He said estimating a total of nearly 1,100 soldiers will be in the task force. We have a lot of different mission skills, Bennett said, so we may be called on to provide a variety of support tasks. A deployment ceremony for the soldiers was held last week in Harrisburg. There, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Ponzek, commander of the 112th Infantry Division, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, said the mission these soldiers are leaving their homes and families for is important on multiple levels. It's important all the way from the strategic down to the tactical level. Lieutenant Colonel Ponzek told the soldiers and their families, ultimately, we're reinforcing the strategic importance of our presence in East Africa. Guys, do you know where the Horn of Africa is? It's right across from Yemen. Okay, so we're deploying 1,100 soldiers with multiple Strykers, probably dozens and dozens of Strykers. Okay, probably over 100 Strykers, I would imagine, from Pennsylvania to the Horn of Africa, guys, right across from Yemen. I don't think they're going there just to deal with some Somali pirates, okay? This is very serious, and this is another sign that the U.S. is gearing up for something big, okay? Specifically because this lieutenant colonel said It's important all the way from the strategic down to the tactical level. And he said, ultimately, we're reinforcing the strategic importance of our presence in East Africa. So this is huge news, guys. And the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group is going to be leaving the Eastern Mediterranean Sea very soon, where it was sent just after the start of the Israel-Hamas war in October. Two U.S. officials tell ABC News. A senior U.S. official and a U.S. official told ABC News that in the coming days, the carrier and other surface ships that make up the strike group will return to the carrier's home port in Norfolk, Virginia, as originally scheduled, so it could prepare for future deployments. So this is interesting, guys. They're moving this carrier strike group from the Eastern Mediterranean back home for preparation for future deployment. What those future deployments are, I don't know. But what could be more important right now than Hamas and Israel? My guess is they're expecting an escalation somewhere else, potentially Korea. Okay. And the Israeli Defense Forces seized large quantities of Chinese weapons in Gaza. This was reported by Israeli News 12. And according to some other reports, Hamas also was using North Korean weapons. Okay. And the Israeli Defense Forces deployed 7 brigade combat teams in the Khan Yunis area. This is being reported by Ynet. And this is a massive military force aimed to press Hamas chief Sinwar into a hostage deal and complete high-intensity combat more quickly before focusing on destruction of the tunnel system. So that is huge, guys. 7 brigade combat teams of the Israeli military focusing on Khan Yunis. That's the area where all the Hamas leaders are located, and Chinese and North Korean weapons being used by Hamas. This is very concerning. And the IDF confirmed that they intercepted more drones today that came from Syria, and they flew into the northern part of Israel in the Golan Heights. So now these militias in Syria and Iraq are attacking Israel in addition to Hezbollah and also Yemen. And we have some very concerning news coming out of China. Chinese President Xi Jinping said in his New Year's address that reunification with Taiwan is inevitable. Okay? That is just absolutely crazy, guys. And the Islamic resistance in Iraq, a coalition of several Iranian-backed militias operating in Iraq and Syria, claimed responsibility for a drone attack earlier tonight in northeastern Israel. Okay, so they're confirming it, and Israel confirmed it. So more attacks on Israel from these Iranian militias in Iraq. This is not good, guys, okay? And North Korean leader Kim Jong-un wrapped up the year with fresh threats of a nuclear attack on Seoul and orders for a military arsenal buildup to prepare for a war that can break out at any time on the peninsula, state media reported Sunday. Kim Jong-un lambasted the United States during a lengthy speech at the end of 5 days of year-end party meetings that set his country's military, political, and economic policy decisions for 2024. The meeting announced plans for further military development in the coming year, including launching 3 more spy satellites, building unmanned drones, and developing electronic warfare capabilities, as well as strengthening nuclear and missile forces, according to the North Korean news outlet KCNA. And I want to read to you what Kim Jong-un actually said. Very concerning statements here. He said the military should rapidly respond to any possible nuclear crisis and put continuous spurs to the preparations for a great event to suppress the whole territory of South Korea by mobilizing all physical means and forces, including nuclear forces, in contingency. Okay, so he's basically saying we have to be ready to use our nukes and our conventional forces to suppress the whole territory of South Korea. That is insane, guys. He also said that inter-Korean relations had become a relationship between 2 hostile countries and 2 belligerents at war. It's time for us to acknowledge the reality and clarify our relationship with the South, Kim said, adding that if Washington and Seoul were to attempt a military confrontation with Pyongyang, its nuclear war deterrent will not hesitate to take serious action. I believe that it is a mistake that we must no longer make deals with the enemy who declare us as the main enemy and seek only opportunities for our regime collapse and unification by absorption. So, strong words there from Kim Jong-un, okay, the leader of North Korea. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a 60% off sale for the end of 2023. And they're also doing a 25% sale on their 4-week emergency food supply. To get these deals, you have to go to preparewithnyprepper.com. The link is in the description below this video. And their 4-week emergency food supply is contained within 2 rugged, watertight buckets. Free shipping is included. So you have a month's worth of food packed into just 2 buckets. If you have to bug out, you can easily take those buckets with you. If you live in a small apartment, you can easily find a space to store 2 buckets, and you're going to be set for at least a month. And this food is freeze dried, so it has a 25-year shelf life. It includes breakfasts, lunches, dinners, drinks, and snacks. And My Patriot Supply is also running a 60% off end of the year sale. And to take advantage of that, you have to click on the My Patriot Supply logo when you get to preparewithnyprepper.com. It's at the top of the page. You click on that and it'll take you to their general store. And you'll see here all kinds of prepping and survival products. They have MREs. They have 2,400 calorie emergency ration bars. They have canned heat and cooking fuel. They have potassium iodide, survival seeds, solar generators, solar panels, anything you can imagine. It's all in here. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get 25% off of their 1-month emergency food supply and to also take advantage of their 60% off sale across their entire store. And I'll leave a link in the description below this video. And the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, has put his internal security forces on high alert today. Why that is, I don't know. Are they going to launch tactical missiles at Ukraine tonight? It's very possible. And Russian President Vladimir Putin did not mention Ukraine by name nor the special military operation in his short New Year's address today. The pre-recorded speech aired just before midnight as Russia's eastern regions ushered in 2024 and ran just under 4 minutes, which is significantly shorter than last year's address. Putin only mentioned the war in passing by thanking Russian soldiers. He said, "Today, I want to address our servicemen, to all those who are on duty at the front lines of the fight for truth and justice. You are our heroes and our hearts are with you," Putin said in his address. Putin claimed that 2023 was a year of unprecedented unity in Russian society. What united us and unites us is the fate of the fatherland, a deep understanding of the high significance of the historical stage through which Russia is passing. We have repeatedly proven that we can solve the most difficult problems and will never retreat because there is no force that can divide us and make us forget the memory and faith of our fathers. Okay, so very interesting statement from Putin, basically doubling down on his patriotism. And we have some reports of a heavy police presence at the MGM Signature Towers in response to reports of multiple gunshots potentially fired from a balcony within the MGM Signature Towers. This is in Las Vegas. Witnesses claim to have heard approximately 30 to 40 shots. Okay, evacuations are underway for individuals inside the building as witnesses continue to report ongoing gunfire. So I don't know what that's all about, but absolutely insane. I want to just play this video for you guys. This is coming out of Northern Virginia. Some government buildings were broadcasting emergency alerts through loudspeakers. This was posted on social media yesterday. I cannot verify 100% the authenticity or location that this video was taken, but I want to just play this for you guys. You can hear these speakers in the background. It's very, very concerning. And we do know that on Tuesday, in just 2 days, Hawaii is going to be testing their emergency alert system. They're going to be broadcasting air raids and emergency instructions on loudspeakers across Hawaii. And then they're also going to be sending out text messages. So I don't know what's going on, guys, but something serious might be brewing here. Let me play this for you.
Is a test of emergency.
Well, I was live and TikTok banned me. Not sure why.
There is no emergency
and
at this
just
time.
wanted to show you guys still at
This is
4:10
only a test.
a.m. This has been going on for 2 hours.
4:10 a.m. has been going on for 2 hours. Listen in the background. You can hear the loudspeaker.
We had security come up. We've had the police come up. We are in Northern Virginia, right outside Washington, D.C. This has been going on
This is only a test, the speaker says.
for 2 hours. These are high classified security buildings. The police cannot do anything. The security guy was from the building across the street. He can't even do anything. He said this was not normal. So
the emergency notification system.
I just say prepare yourselves.
This is only
Prepare
a
yourselves,
test.
you guys. Seriously.
There is no emergency at this time. This is only a test.
Yeah. 4:10. This has been going on since 2 a.m.
This is a test.
These are high
of the emergency
classified buildings.
notification system.
There's a car.
This is only a test.
Oh, there's a car.
There is no emergency
You guys
at
see
this
it?
time.
Car going around the parking lot right
This
now.
is only a test.
Oh, hell.
So she's saying that these are some classified government buildings. My guess is that these are CIA offices. My guess is these are intelligence offices. There's a variety of different intelligence offices throughout the DC area, Northern Virginia area, for all the different intelligence agencies. They have a lot of them, and many of them are nondescript buildings. So you don't know that they're related to the CIA or NSA or DIA or whatever, or DNI. Okay, these are just nondescript buildings. They look like just an ordinary office building if you're driving down the highway, but they're not. Okay, so this is very concerning, guys.
This is a test of the emergency
He's driving around.
notification system.
Yeah. I don't know.
This
Shit's
is
about to
only
get
a
real.
test.
We will
There
update
is no emergency
if there is
at
any
this
more
time.
information, but
This is only a test.
right now there is nothing we can report at this time.
This is a test
see that car?
of
See
the
that car?
emergency
See that car?
notification
Huh?
system.
I don't
This
know what he's
is only
doing.
a test.
I feel like they're going to shoot at
There
us.
is no emergency at this time.
We are fucked.
This
If
is
we
only
get shot
a
at.
test.
Okay, guys.
Absolutely crazy. And China is going to try to drill into Earth's mantle. China's ocean drilling ship, the Meng Xiang, aims to be the first to reach Earth's mantle. And the name of this vessel means dream in Chinese, and it's designed to drill deep enough below the ocean surface to pierce through Earth's crust. And apparently they want to understand plate tectonics better and map seabed resources and also discover new life forms. Okay, so China's going to try to drill to the mantle. That means they're going to drill below Earth's crust, okay, several miles down, or I don't know how many miles, 7 miles or whatever it is, straight down to the mantle, which is very hot. It's all like lava and stuff. And Israel expects to begin operational tests of their Iron Beam laser-based air defense system within weeks or months. The system's threat detection capabilities were already tested during the Gaza war, but no interceptions were attempted so far due to fear of interfering with the Iron Dome or IDF aircraft. Okay, so lots of news, guys. We have this massive strike that Allied forces are preparing on Yemen. It could happen any hour now, any day. Okay, it looks like 2024 is going to start off with proper fireworks in the Middle East. Okay, the largest fireworks imaginable. Okay, which is hundreds and hundreds of missiles and airstrikes. Okay, that's how Lloyd Austin and Biden are going to celebrate the new year. Okay, this massive attack on Yemen and potentially a massive attack on Ukraine could happen in the coming hours. So wanted to just update you guys. There's so much breaking news. I will monitor all these events, and if something really crazy happens, I will put out another update tonight if I have to, or I might even go live. I will be celebrating the rest of the evening with my family. So I want to just wish you guys a happy new year, a happy 2024. I pray that all your dreams come true, that you stay healthy, that you're happy, that you get a lot of money and a lot of success. And I wish you all the best. So I'll see you guys in 2024. So until then, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.